And the thing is, when Elon bought out Twitter, he went from like a couple thousand employees to like less than 2,000. Twitter.
But that makes sense though, because most of the people that drive Teslas, bro, they're in the tech industry. And they're liberals, bro.
Right. But isn't it crazy how also that Elon's been more successful than ever with Twitter? People said that Twitter was going down.
But the Twitter stock right now is down, right?
I don't know about that because he took it public.
Yeah.
But what I heard is that a lot of people said that Twitter was going to go down. But recent reports have come out and said that Twitter has been downloaded in the past months more than it has ever.
No, bro. One of our friends started using Twitter. And they never used just because Elon.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm not really big on Twitter, but now it makes sense. Like more people are using Twitter now because of that reason.
Elon is smart because Twitter is a free speech thing, right?
Yeah.
People spread hate.
Yeah.
All this stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not good for companies to run ads on there.
Yeah.
So what Elon did was he started making people pay for the check mark, right? That's freaking smart, bro.
Bro, it's funny though how people were making fake accounts like Joe Biden and pay for the check mark.
Yeah, and people call Elon a hypocrite because when he said free speech is free speech, people make parody accounts of him and pretending to be him, but impersonation is a crime. A female comedian turned her profile into Elon Musk and said some hatred stuff, and then Elon banned her.
That makes sense.
I think as he's trying to grow the company and expand it again, he's learning what kind of laws to implement while having free speech, because you can have free speech, you can have hate speech, but there's a certain line where like you don't.
Like if you're like ensuing violence and stuff, that has to, you can't be doing stuff like that.
So I heard he unbanned Donald Trump.
Donald Trump was banned?
Yeah, by Twitter, because he was tweeting all these kind of stuff. He unbanned Kanye West. He unbanned Kanye because him and Kanye had a pretty good relationship. And then Kanye went on some podcast saying the things that he said.
Yeah.
And then he posted a picture of a swastika saying...
Kanye was out of pocket for that one, bro. He's getting like too much.
The Hollywood industry itself, it's like a corporate ladder.
Yeah.
And I have friends that work in the Hollywood industry, and they tell me that, bro, at these parties, bro, you sign NDAs, you do all these crazy shit just so that you can get a role. Like,
there's more than just signing. You do some other crazy things.
Yeah, like they told me that, like, let's say the higher ups, right?
Yeah.
They have catalogs of these potential actors and actresses and all these. There you get to handpick who gets into the industry or not.
That's crazy.
And if that person's willing to do stuff.
XYZ, yeah.
Yeah. So it's crazy.
Hollywood is
So that's why they say industry plant is a thing. Because...
have you seen this one guy? He made a song called Ghostface or something?
No.
Okay, so you know the #1 song right now? I think it's on Spotify. It's Unholy, by Sam Smith. And
Okay.
so there's the #2 song is by a independent artist. So I guess independent artists, obviously, they don't get promoted like people that are signed with the record labels. So they're trying to like it's like a movement going on where you start supporting independent artists, and these people are not having to do some crazy shit to like get big.
And you know who started that wave?
Who?
Russ.
Oh, okay.
You know Russ?
Yeah.
You got me going psycho.
Yeah.
I think he negotiated where he owned like 100% of his masters.
Yeah.
And he profits like majority of the money. Because vice versa, like Kanye West, because I think he signed a deal where like every time he releases a song, his record label owns it. And that's why he went on that rampage saying, free me off from my record label and all this, because every single song of his that was produced, his label took it. He just gets a portion of the money.
Well, it's just like, there's so much like, what happened with Dave Chappelle with his comedy show, what happened with even Mariah Carey. Cat Williams exposes a lot of those things.
Yeah, that's why they're saying that Cat Williams says that they're not going to go after me or Dave Chappelle because people like us, we know too much.
Yeah.
But that's crazy though. The people that speak out, something happens to them. Dude. For example, Michael Jackson, he spoke out. He made a song about it. They don't care about us, all that, right? And then all these cases comes out about him,
child molestation
and stuff like that. And supposedly, I told you this before, but I don't know if this is true, because the internet is full of rumors and stuff, right? Supposedly, he was supposed to be in the towers when 9/11 happened, the day of. I think he slept late or something like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that 9/11 is a whole other topic, bro.
I know. But let's get back to Twitter though. But so Elon Musk. Yeah. Before Elon Musk took over, there was a lot of conspiracy about Twitter. Yeah. About, the whole Joe Biden and his son and all Hunter Biden files and all that. Yeah. And about Twitter, coming out and saying that there's no such thing as shadow ban.
Yeah.
Elon released
Obviously there is.
everything.
And it's all
Everything came to light, bro. People that were on the right side speaking up against the whole agenda, they shadow banned them and banned them on purpose.
There you go. Yeah.
There's Twitter employees that are actively out there trying to find all this account and ban them. And
At least those Twitter employees are actually working compared to the other ones.
right. And also that like it shows that like during the election,
Yeah.
they manipulated the story to make certain people look bad while favoring different parties.
That's the problem with social media, bro. Especially lobbying and stuff too.
Yeah. That goes into the whole algorithm thing, right? Or let's say
Yeah.
me and you see like Andrew Tate differently.
Yeah.
You think he's this and that.
Algorithm,
I
yeah.
think he's this and that.
100%.
They'll feed you different versions of the same person.
Yeah.
Like they'll feed me pro Andrew Tate content.
Bro.
And then they'll feed you anti Andrew
Exactly.
Tate content.
Yeah.
So then they divide us amongst each other.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Try to keep us divided while
Yeah.
we are busy, fighting each other, arguing at one another.
Yeah. Well, that's the crazy thing too. Like after Donald Trump, after he was done with his presidency, like there started a whole bunch of videos of his good side.
Yeah.
The algorithm starts showing like, oh, Donald Trump was
Yeah.
like a good president and stuff. All this
And
stuff.
because I think Donald Trump is a billionaire, obviously. His tax came out.
Yeah.
He didn't pay $0 in tax.
Yeah.
But
This
he
is the loopholes created
exactly
by the
he
politicians.
used the
bro.
loopholes and he turned around and asked the people that was chasing him
Yeah,
after
to show their taxes.
and they're like quiet now.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Actually, right now, I don't think it's passed in the Senate yet, but the
Oh.
Democrats want to release an $80 billion IRS fund to give them more money to audit the rich, right? But the Republicans are saying, dude,
The Republican wants to get rid of the IRS. Did you know that?
I don't know about that, but right now what they're saying is like, no, we're not going to give them $80 billion because on average, people who make $25,000 and less get audited way more
Oh, yeah,
than the
easily.
rich. Brian Kim is saying this. He's like, this is what I would suggest. He said, I would suggest that make the tax code more simple so the freaking rich don't have all these loopholes. That's how you have them pay more taxes. But
Yeah.
you give them all the loopholes in the world.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I think yesterday I read an article saying that the Republican is proposing a new bill to get rid of the IRS
Isn't
completely.
it crazy how the IRS is not even it's
Like they want to get
third-party
yeah,
agency.
Yeah.
You know, so they get paid by the government to tax, like to.
Well, let's talk about the bill.
Yeah.
The Republicans are proposing a bill to get rid of income tax completely and get rid of the IRS.
Okay.
And I agree with that because number one, the IRS, they have a lot of people.
Personal income tax, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a lot of people working for them and they have a lot of funding.
Yeah.
How is it that we can't just make filing taxes simple?
Exactly.
Because companies like TurboTax and all these, big corporations are lobbying all these politicians to not pass that bill because
Yeah.
they were going to pass that bill.
Yeah.
You know that?
No, I did not.
They were going to pass a bill to make it easy for us to file taxes because they know exactly how much we owe.
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
exactly. So why is it that you're making a challenge for us
Yeah.
to go and having,
And then if you make a mistake,
right.
Yeah, the audit you will not.
and then interest and all that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So that's that. And then another thing is that $600 dollar Venmo stuff.
Yeah, I'm
even
glad
though they got rid of it,
yeah, I'm
it's
glad.
stupid, bro.
So-
So now what the Republicans are trying to say that instead of income tax, why don't we just tax all the goods 25 to 30%? Like
Goods
sales,
and
like
services.
sales tax, yes, yeah.
Not like food and stuff, but like.
I'm not sure about
like,
food because food doesn't get taxed.
Like commodities.
Yeah, I think fresh food doesn't get taxed, but like if it's
Commodities.
cooked food,
Yeah.
you get taxed. But
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that, bro.
Clothes
Because
and
think about this:
tech and
if you get rid of income tax across the board,
people are gonna want to spend more because they have more money.
exactly.
Yeah.
But also, it makes them spend responsible.
Yeah. Because like for example, say you make 100K, you're living on 70 because 30 is tax. So now you get that 30 is extra.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna want to spend more, right? And then obviously if they tax goods a bit more, then
Yeah.
you're gonna be spending.
Genuinely hope that bill gets passed because for
Even
me,
the
bro,
IRS.
especially when we're contractors.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to think about like, bro, I have to put 30% aside, even though I
So
don't.
annoying,
You know what I'm saying? And then like, because sometimes when kids are irresponsible, like when they get into this world of money making,
money, yeah.
they have no ideas of taxes and stuff, right? They get a check, they're a contractor. It's like maybe 10 grand a month.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I have 10 grand to spend, but little they
You
know.
have 7. You need to get
Realistically,
rid of
7.
I mean, if you're doing financially well, you need to put some in savings. This and that.
Exactly. So at the end of the day, they really have like 3 grand to play with, right?
Exactly.
So I think if you put that pressure back on the people, like, hey, well, we won't take your taxes,
Yeah.
but this is going to be on you.
Yeah.
And if you fail at this, we're not going to bail you out.
But I think it's gonna be very important too, like how they utilize those taxes too. Because if they take rid of the personal income tax and now they tax the goods more, or they collect it a different way,
Yeah.
they have to fix their like all the money where taxes go to, it needs to be like
Yeah.
more responsible.
And a
more,
prime example of this is Los Angeles, one of the most taxed city
Yeah.
in the U.S.
trash.
Like people that live there pay one of the highest taxes, right?
Yeah.
Look what's happening. It's been flooding.
trash.
The infrastructure is trash.
Yeah.
The homeless problem is not solved.
Yeah.
The roads are trash. There's always construction. There's always traffic. LA is dirty. Like people, when they think of LA, they think of sunshine, palm trees. They think of like Rodeo Drive, right?
so bad.
But that could not be further from
Isn't
the
it
truth.
funny how there's only out of all of LA, there's one Rodeo Drive, meaning like there's only one street
Yeah.
that's nice, right?
Right.
There's not many streets or
Right.
whatever. It's LA is absolute like just trash.
Dude, my cousin used to live in like not a high rise, but like a pretty nice apartment,
Yeah,
right?
where?
Right across from Staples Center. So right on
Oh, in
Figueroa.
LA. Okay. Uh-huh.
She said, bro, as nice as it seems when you're up in the sky rises and stuff,
Yeah.
when you get down, you see needles, you see homelessness. Like
Yeah.
she would not feel safe
Yeah.
going outside at night by herself, bro.
Yeah. I think it was in San Francisco. San Francisco was having a pretty bad homeless problem too, where the bus stopped for the kids to get out.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of homeless just sitting there.
Yeah.
And like if a parent is not there to pick up their kid or walk
Yeah.
with their kid, that's dangerous. Or
Yeah.
scary for the child at least.
So that's why I question, like, yeah, if I'm paying taxes, I should see that go back into my community, right? It shouldn't have to be a private city like Irvine.
Have you seen like okay like
You know.
construction on the road or somewhere?
Yeah.
And it'll say your tax dollars at work, bro. But it takes them so long to get any
Oh, yeah.
construction done, and it causes so much traffic.
Bro,
and
literally in China, there has been footage. It shows where they took down a bridge and rebuilt a road
Like a
in 24
day.
hours.
In 24 hours?
Bro, during COVID, China built, I
a
think,
hospital, right?
a hospital in like
Like-
2 weeks or something like that.
Like multiple hospitals.
yeah,
yeah.
and that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what I'm questioning, bro. Like,
But I also think their labor their labor standards are pretty bad, like pretty rough for them.
I mean, we went to Chicago this
Yeah,
summer.
yeah.
We went to Seattle,
Yeah.
and they're not as big as LA.
Yeah.
So why is that they're a lot nicer than LA?
Yeah.
Obviously, there's slums in
Yeah.
Chicago, there's slums in Seattle,
Yeah.
but majority of LA, bro, is slums. You know?
And LA's in California, the richest state, bro.
Yeah, you said California could be its own, like if
Yeah.
it's its own
It could
country.
secede if it wanted to, yeah.
No, but you saying like isn't it like sixth in GDP alone if it was just its
No,
own
I don't
like
know if it's
country?
six. I forgot the exact ranking for California, but California contributes a third of the U.S.'s GDP. So
Damn.
yeah,
Think about that, a third, right?
Yeah.
But because they have such like bad policies and stuff for business owners and
Yeah.
stuff,
A lot of
Tesla
businesses
is
are moving
moving to
out.
Austin.
they already did, didn't they? I mean, they have a.
Oh
a
yeah,
huge,
they probably did.
they had that. Remember, they opened that new huge
Gigafactory?
Gigafactory in I don't know if it was Texas, but I don't know which city it was.
I think it's Austin, and then they opened one in Berlin as well, in Germany.
Germany.
Yeah,
But they still have a factory here too.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think Elon moved their whole headquarters to
Yeah, they moved
Austin
the headquarters, but they still have a
during the
factory.
pandemic.
Yeah.
But he's taking over Twitter now,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. Like I said, so many people in tech. It's like it's not a fair playing ground if the people that are controlling the platform has an agenda.
Yeah.
You know, so they unbanned Trump, like I said, Kanye and Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate had about 300,000 to 400,000 followers
Before
before
he
he
got
was
unbanned,
banned.
Like,
Now,
yeah.
since he was unbanned and since his arrest, he's now sitting at about 4.6 million.
That's crazy.
We're raised in more traditional household, and we have that traditional belief where a man should do what a man should do to provide for the household, to take
Man's a
care of the
provider
household.
and, yeah.
Your woman can choose to work,
Yeah.
but she doesn't have to.
Yeah.
My mom preaches that to me, not my dad, my mom.
Yeah.
And I've talked to so many people that are entrepreneurs that are female.
Yeah.
They said, bro, if I could switch place with my husband right now, I would.
Really?
Yeah. Because it gets lonely, bro. Because you know the entrepreneurship world,
Yeah.
making money, it gets tiring. Like, hey, you can work and make it. Because I know you'll get bored staying at home.
Yeah.
If you choose to, we'll figure out a way. If not, that's completely fine as well. With the whole, low income thing and government's aid, right?
Yeah.
It's like
It's just trash.
it's like them hanging a carrot in front of a
Yeah.
pig, because that pig will keep following it no matter what,
It's
and they trap you in the
trap,
system.
it's trap.
They get to know how much you're making.
Yeah.
They get to know where you are at all times.
where you
And
spending
the
the
and the
money.
thing is, it's free,
Yeah.
but it comes at a cost.
Yeah.
What is the cost? The cost of getting government aid is that, especially for healthcare,
Yeah.
is that they give you the lowest of the low.
Yeah. Healthcare.
You have issues, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to make an appointment.
Yeah.
Once you get treated, it's not even treated. They just keep you,
Yeah.
contained.
Yeah.
Your treatment contained, so you keep
Exactly.
coming back.
Exactly.
And why do you keep coming back? Because what happens to the doctor when you keep coming back?
To make money.
They make money.
Exactly.
And because it's money from the government,
Yeah.
they can charge a ridiculous amount.
Exactly.
Right? Versus if you have crazy money, you want to be successful, you want to have crazy money,
Yeah.
you don't care about the system, you make money.
Yeah.
If you have some, you go get a special doctor and they'll treat you like that.
Exactly. I was gonna say how not only that, like the healthcare, which is health is so important. Another thing is like it makes you comfortable, and you don't wanna expand, you don't wanna
Exactly.
get better, you don't wanna better yourself, you don't wanna start a business because it takes risk, and if you fail, you're gonna whatever it is, you're just like I'm getting this money every month, I'm chilling, like I'm
Yeah.
fine. And that's the worst thing to be comfortable,
And you realize that when you got your surgery, right?
Yeah.
So tell me what realization you came to.
No, we were talking about this on our Seattle trip too, and it was like a huge. And I also saw like a clip of Tristan. He was saying how.
He had a bad shoulder injury.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I didn't see that one. He was talking about how he's like if you have cancer, right, and if you have money, a doctor will come, take a piece of your tumor, and then duplicate that tumor many times and use different chemo treatments on each.
And sometimes the most advanced new
Yeah.
treatment that the public don't even have access to.
And then that whichever one is the most effective, they'll use that one for your specific tumor or whatever it is. That way you get chemo and also you don't get those like adverse effects of chemo.
Right.
Right. That's when you have money, right? You pay a doctor, some doctor will come
Right.
to whatever. But for me, when I got my surgery, and this is the most common surgery in sports, right? I got ACL and meniscus.
So you tore your ACL meniscus,
Yeah.
right? Just keep in mind. So many athletes like Odell Beckham Jr., Derrick Rose, Klay Thompson,
Probably like every athlete. Right?
like
But,
they've torn.
Yeah.
They've had even worse injuries,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you have the same injuries.
Yeah.
And after you got your surgery, what did your doctor tell you?
Bro, this is the craziest thing. After I got my surgery, they said, okay, it's going to take about a year to get better.
Okay.
Okay. Bro, towards the end of the year where I'm supposed to be better now, my knee starts getting worse or like back to kind of how it was. Because before I got my surgery, my knee I felt like it would move and it would be really unstable. Now it's like that again, even after the surgery. Because my ACL, they fixed it with a cadaver, right?
And what was a cadaver?
I think it was like from a cow or something.
A cow? Okay.
And then the meniscus, they couldn't repair it, so they just removed because part of it was torn. They just removed the torn part. So my ACL is technically fixed. My meniscus is less of a meniscus now. So he said I'm guaranteed to have arthritis when I get older. And I don't know if it's my meniscus is what the reason is. I'm hoping it's my meniscus because if it's my ACL, even though he fixed it, then dude, this is the kind of treatment you get from free healthcare or whatever. Like athletes get this injury all the time. They come back better than ever. After surgery, I'm feeling that like this.
Bro. And this is why people like surrounding me, you, and surrounding ourselves with friends that are like-minded and wanting to become entrepreneurs because we want to make crazy money, rich money, and retire early. Is because of things like this.
Exactly.
They say money can't buy happiness, but damn, it can buy health for sure.
Yeah, dude.
Have you seen that Kevin Ware injury back in 2014?
Who, Kevin who?
Kevin Ware was a basketball player. He was in college playing for Louisville.
Yeah.
He shot a three-pointer, came down, landed wrong. His tibia popped straight out of his skin. You could see the bone pop straight out of his skin. And I kid you not, because he's in college and they have crazy money, I'm sure the healthcare is great. I think he made a full recovery. I see people working at Domino's. I see people working at McDonald's, Chipotle, all these. And there's some managers that are 30, 40 years old and they're there.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to be at that age making that much money.
Exactly.
So we take a risk and we work on ourselves. We acquire high skill income, and high income skills.
Yeah.
And now we're trying to, we're not there. We're still trying, but we're still trying to. We want to be there eventually.
But that's the thing too. Like we know. Okay, we're learning. We've learned somewhat, but we're not done learning. You know what I'm saying? But like people, they get too overconfident. They're like, oh yeah, first they think they're big shit, or they don't do anything at all. So
right.
You have two types of people, bro. I mean, obviously it's more than just that, but
before I left to America, you know what my dad did?
What did he do?
He put me in a chess club.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why like chess came to me very natural. But when I got to America, I just kind of stopped it.
Yeah.
So my dad, at a young age, obviously my dad doesn't know about all this, society stuff. He just loves playing chess and loves training his mind because he said that there's a physical age and there's a mental age, right?
Exactly.
You can get old, But if you
Mentally.
train enough your brain,
Yeah.
you won't get like problems like dementia and all
Yeah.
that, because as long
Okay, I
as
see
you
what you're saying.
exercise your
Keep
brain,
exercising your brain.
right?
Yeah.
So my dad was always a big proponent for that.
Yeah.
And he bought me my first ever chess set.
Yeah.
And it was magnetic. And he would play with me, and he would destroy me.
Yeah.
And then he, like 3 months before we came to the US, he put me in a chess club. And when I got there, I was getting destroyed every single day, bro. After school, he would take me there.
Yeah.
And I came home crying and all that.
Damn.
And he
How
kept-
badly you got destroyed?
It wasn't more so like I got sad
felt
because
disappointed
I
or
lost.
something.
It's because number one, I felt that I disappointed my dad.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't want to be there. I didn't like chess at the time.
Okay. Yeah.
So he kept taking me there, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And when we came to the US, I was like, finally,
Yeah.
I don't have to do this anymore. You know what he did? He called my aunt. She sent over 2 chessboards.
Yeah. From Vietnam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not the big one, the portable one.
Oh,
So he would make me and my brother play in the car wherever we go.
Damn.
Yeah. That's why, like, now reminiscing back, I'm like, I can relate a lot to what Andrew Tate is saying,
Yeah.
because that same thing happened in my life. And now I picked chess back up.
Yeah, you
And,
told me.
and I bought like a big chess board. And me and my brother, I told him like we have to get some kind of brain exercise every day.
Do you still have those old boards from Vietnam?
Nah, bro. I think we played it so much to where it broke or something. But it's really good. And that's another thing. When we were on the trip, what were we playing?
Oh, we were playing the Connect 5.
Yeah, you know why? Because my dad got me into that.
Yeah.
He would play that while he was cooking dinner and stuff. He'd just play, and now he was like dun 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 dun. I'm like, oh, he won another one, dun 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 dun, right? And in 5th grade, they had a math field day,
Okay.
and they had tic-tac-toe 5 in a row as one of the challenges.
Yeah.
I trained with my dad day and night because I never won anything in school.
Yeah.
Not even like sports trophy or anything, because my parents didn't believe in sports. That was my only trophy I've ever won, bro.
Really? You got first place?
I got 2nd place
Oh.
because in the first time in,
Yeah.
like me coming to the first match, I was so excited. I didn't see
What
that
grade?
the 5th grade.
Okay.
The guy trapped me and I lost. But from then on, I won every single match, but I still couldn't.
Oh, so it's like a point system?
Yeah.
Uh,
Life is unexpected.
Yeah.
You could go outside today and it could be your last day.
Yeah.
Your family member could go outside and it could be there. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You always want to be prepared at least 3 to 4 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Not only that, but you want to have different scenario if anything happens, right?
exactly,
So in chess, like if I move my rook and I want to take the other person's rook,
Yeah.
well, I want to have another knight set up in case, something happens, all that, right? So let's say right now, boom, you saying in 5 years, I'm gonna have $1 million.
Yeah.
Okay, what if 1 year in,
Yeah.
you break a leg?
Yeah.
Then what happens?
Yeah.
Like stuff like it's like having emergency savings.
Yeah,
It's like having different backup plans. Like because you always want to be aware.
Yeah.
The last thing you want to be in this world is not prepared, bro.
Yeah.
Failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No, okay, but another parallel is really funny too. Is like, it's not funny, but it's kind of true. Really, it said the king can only move one piece or one step at a time.
Yeah.
One square at a time.
And I completely agree with that, bro.
And the queen, all over the board, bro.
And when he brought that up, I'm like, that makes so much
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
Tell me that thing you were telling me how it is in Islam about how like when a woman gets married and all the properties and stuff. Like, tell me all that. Like, even in the religion world, like woman is like praised to a high standards.
Okay, so Islam was the first religion to allow women to purchase property, to own property, right? That you can't force women into marriages. Islam was a religion that told the freaking Arabs at that time to stop killing your daughters, right? Because they would kill their daughters because obviously they wanted boys for work and all that stuff, you know, back in the day. So they don't kill your daughters. Islam gave rights to the women. Islam, you can have multiple. That's the biggest thing that people don't understand. I should talk. Okay, I talked about this in my other video, but Islam says you can have 4 wives, right? Up to 4 wives. But if you can't do justice, have 1.
Yeah.
You know? And also, like, if you get married to one wife, bro, you have to take care of her. Like, they always bring up this. There's a verse in the Quran that says, like, if your wife basically doesn't listen, you can hit her, but they take it as in like beat her. It's not beat her. It's like a light tap on the hand. Like it's not. It's like a very just like, hey.
So it's up to interpretation, basically.
It's not up to. That is the interpretation.
Oh, okay.
You know, you can't interpret like. I actually talk about this in my.
Does it say it literal?
It doesn't say beat.
Okay.
The word, literally the meaning of the word
Yeah.
is like light.
Yeah.
Like a light hit. So,
Because go for it.
but anyway, so it's so super important, bro. And then your daughter, and you know what it says about your mothers? It says the mothers have been giving such high status that Jannah or heaven lies beneath her feet. And what that means is that if you don't love your mother, if you don't respect your mother, if you die in a way where you've done wrong to your mother, bro, good luck getting into heaven.
Yeah.
That's how important the mother is.
Right.
There's a man that came up to the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He asked him, who should I listen to? Or I don't know if it's listen to or love. Or he said, your mother. And then, like, which parent should I listen to? And then he asked again, okay, who after? And then he said, your mother. Then he asked again, he said, your mother. 3 times his mother, and then he said, father. That's how important the mother, like, woman is, you know?
Okay.
They become mothers, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
Yeah, because I have a similar story because my family is Buddhist.
Yeah.
Even though I'm to me, Buddhism is just a way of life and a
Yeah.
teaching. It's not really a religion to me.
Yeah.
So I guess I do practice it in a way.
Yeah.
But they have stories about Buddha and how he came to be, and as you know, like he was a prince, right? Lived this life of luxury and all that, and then he was hidden within his empire's wall, like his castle's wall, and he couldn't see all the suffering outside. And one time, he took a ride in his chariot or whatever out, and he saw all the suffering and poverty and all that. And he decided, I don't want to live this life anymore. I feel so entitled.
Yeah.
So he became this monk.
Yeah.
And as he was getting tractions of his following and stuff, it's kind of like Jesus, like how like a lot of people follow him. There was this one story where this guy, he had a sick mom or something like that in his house, and he didn't take care of her. And when Buddha came, he came outside, he, give him food, give him money, it's like donations and stuff, as like an offering, like, yo, please make my life better.
Yeah.
Please pray for us. And he literally said, I'm Buddha. Why are you not praying and taking care of the Buddha in your family? Why are you taking care of the Buddha outside? Yeah. Which is basically saying your mom.
Yeah.
Buddha is not really the name, but Buddha is like an enlightened person, a person who has wisdom and stuff like that. So the mom is, is there.
Yeah.
You don't take care of her, but why are you trying to take care of other people outside of your family? The first thing is your mom and your family.
You know what's so crazy in the West? When parents get old, what do the kids do?
Retirement home.
Bro, nursing home, retirement home, senior center, all that.
That
And I'm
pissed
you
me
leave
off,
them
bro.
alone to be in there by themselves?
Yeah.
Bro, what's wrong with you?
I'm so happy all the friends we have, because we used to have like crazy amount of friends.
Yeah.
All the friends that are in our immediate circle, we all have the same value. I do not want to leave my mom. If I get a house, my mom's coming with me no matter what till the day she dies. Yeah. And whoever I choose as my wife, she's gonna be okay with that.
Yeah.
That's what creates a strong family, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because for example, you and your wife works. Yeah. Who's gonna take care of your baby?
Yeah.
If you don't have a mom to live with,
Yeah.
that money goes to a babysitter, and you don't know.
Yeah.
You hear so many stories about babysitter abusing your kids and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And you know what's also crazy? I see TikToks on these people asking girls what a red flag in a guy is. You know what? One of the most common things I hear? If they're a mama's boy.
You're so stupid, bro. Yeah.
If a guy can treat his mother right, wouldn't you think he'll treat you right when you get married?
Exactly. You know, like the son's first love is his mom.
Right.
And by love, like obviously not, like if he treats his mother right, it's a green flag. What the heck, dude?
That's what I don't understand, bro.
Sometimes like it just like boggles your mind. Like sometimes I don't even know what to say, dude. Sometimes.
I've talked to millionaires like that I met outside of YouTube and stuff too.
Yeah.
The first thing I ask them is, "What did you do when you get rich?" I retired my mom. I bought her a house. All that. Athletes. I retired my mom. I bought my. Iman Ghazi, you know him, right?
Yeah.
He worked his ass off to provide for his mom. Like all these people are doing it
I
because
think he was raised by a single mom too, right? Right?
his dad was abusive apparently.
And
Women
then-
create life, and they should be praised because you said in Islam itself saying that when a woman gets married, the man's property becomes hers.
Yeah.
But her property stays hers, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Bro, that's more than equality.
Like if a woman makes money, she has a job, all that money that she makes, unless she like gives you permission, as a husband, but it's her money, bro. You cannot touch it.
Ooh, bro, I hope Speed becomes a Muslim.
Muslim.
Bro, Speed got a tattoo of Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fake or real.
Yeah.
On his arm.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, and his chat was saying haram, haram, haram. He called up Chunks.
Yeah.
Hey, quick question right now. I'm getting a tattoo. Is it haram? He's like, yeah, bro, it's haram. And he showed him. I was like, But when you saw Speed go into the
mosque, the masjid, yeah, it was so much respect.
So
and he said he
peaceful,
felt
bro.
Peaceful.
Bro, there's a reason why Malcolm X was a Muslim. Muhammad Ali, the boxer, became a Muslim.
Yeah.
Kyrie became a Muslim. Jaylen Brown with the Celtics became a Muslim.
Shaq is supposedly a Muslim.
Shaq, if that's true.
Yeah.
Stephen Jackson became a Muslim.
Mike Tyson is Muslim.
Mike Tyson is a Muslim.
Yeah.
So there's a reason.
Dave Chappelle is Muslim.
Dave Chappelle, bro, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's a reason why all these big people,
Yeah.
most of these people are against the agenda too.
You want to have a civil discussion if you
Right.
compliment someone first and then oppose them, rather than just opposing them flat out or offending them.
And that's what I learned. The biggest thing that we can do as men and women is learn how to better ourselves.
Learn how to read body language, learn how to talk.
Be aware of your surrounding and
Yeah.
be aware of your self-awareness is a big thing. If you're just constantly saying, oh, this didn't happen, it's because of this didn't happen, because if you're not saying, oh, because I didn't do this, I didn't do that,
Yeah.
that's not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah. Really quick, I want to ask you, right, for the viewers, what's the point of this podcast? Why are we doing this?
The whole point of this podcast, so endless hours, right? As you can see, like we've gone through so much topics, so many insightful points and stuff in an hour.
Yeah.
And that's why I want an hour to be endless, because we can talk about it forever.
Yeah.
But obviously, not everyone's gonna watch that, right? But also we have these parking lot conversations after the gym and stuff, when we used to, gym at that place.
LA Fitness?
Yeah. Sitting out there talking, and then boom, 1 hour passed, boom, 2 hours passed.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why don't we take this and put it
Yeah.
in this context?
Yeah.
We talk about everything and
Like
anything.
our
experiences,
values, morals, and how we perceive things.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
There's people that might agree with us, and there's people that
That's
might
all
not.
it is.
We're not
It's-
here to offend anybody, but if someone wants to have a logical debate, obviously we're not scholars, right?
We're not scholars
We
by
might
any
get
means.
owned by some of you guys. on
But
opposite end,
the thing is,
we're definitely gonna.
we're perspicacious enough to not speak out of our assholes.
perspicacity.
Like if I don't know something, I'll be like, I don't know that topic.
Number one thing we can say confidently, we'll admit when we're wrong, for sure.
Easily.
Or we don't know something, we'll admit it.
And that's the thing too.
Yeah.
The best thing that a man can do for himself is admitting when he's
Admit
wrong.
When he's wrong.
Because when a man did not that he is wrong,
Yeah.
he gets clouded by his own
Don't
judgment.
be stubborn. Don't have an ego, bro. 110%.
That's not just with a man, anybody.
Anybody.
Never argue with emotions.
Yeah.
Always argue with logic, because if you argue with emotions, you'll always get destroyed by facts, no matter what. All right, Bo. But we'll wrap it up for that, and that's episode 2. We'll see you on the next one.